And we're live, baby. Best Ball Barbecue, day number 21, consecutive stream, consecutive draft. I'm joined by he just started a YouTube channel a couple days ago. He's up and coming, he's humble beginnings with Best Ball guy here. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen him on this channel before. He's been on a couple times. So yeah, he's gonna be joining us today. Weekly winners, all that fun jazz. How we do? Before we even hit the intro, how are we doing, Eric? How are we doing?
We're doing really good, man. We had to make some tough calls as far as we're getting into my personal life here, but we had to make some tough calls as far as a job I was interviewed for and what they're offering me. You know what? Sometimes you got to stand up for yourself. And I looked them straight in the face. I said, you know what? I'm not taking this job. Like, that is for my background, for my education, for what I've done to earn what I have, that I can't take this pay. So that's all I really got going on. Besides that, the YouTube channel I stream every day on Best Ball Guy. On YouTube.
There we go. His channel links in the description as always. Also, make sure you go subscribe to the Super Stack Bros channel as well. We're doing a draft tomorrow night on there, a battle draft.
Yes.
Me versus Eric, and Bindles is going to stand idly by and I guess be the judge. I don't know how that's all going to work, but we're going to figure it out. And don't get too down about the job offer, because whatever amount they were offering you, we're going to win more in this weekly winners draft right now. Because we're just the best. I mean, you're like we were talking pre-show, you're the best weekly winners strategic analyst in the space right now. So we're gonna get into that right after we
hit the intro.
Wolves are back.
Wolves.
And we're back. We're definitely going to bring this. This is going to be a staple of the show now, I think. When we're going to value hound some stuff, we're just going to bring this out.
Okay, I like that, yeah.
I mean, it's literally called the Howler.
Perfect.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. So Sam Howell to the moon. Geno Smith will be benched. That's why I'm not taking any of him.
All right. There we go. Well, here we got some people in the chat. The chat is lit already. We got the roll in here. Jamie's in here. James is here to troll you in here. Let's freaking go. That's my dog. Anthony's in here. We got Wabi.
What did I do to deserve this?
We got the whole crew in here. So if you want to get in a draft with us, we're doing weekly winners, and we're just hopping in right now. Wait on 8 people. So definitely ample opportunity to hop in this draft. So, and we mentioned that you were a devoted weekly winners free thinker, strategic analyst. Why don't you give some of your background on your weekly winners expertise?
Absolutely. So weekly winners is a lot of just kind of novice players coming into the space, but the same simple philosophies of zero RB can be applied to weekly winners, because we're still getting insane values of those running back positions. So people are going to be pulling up stacks. They're going to be looking to make sense of these DFS lineups for certain weeks, but not me. I'm just a zero RB, bro. I will be not drafting a running back on this team until round 11.
There we go. I love it. See, we're already out here. How many weekly winners teams have you drafted?
No, in all seriousness, I have never played a weekly winners. This came out last year. I'm hoping for Tyler to show me the ropes here. When we were talking about coming on today, I was hoping he would pick the eliminators. Like, let's do an eliminator or weekly winners, because I'm actually decent with the eliminator, but I have no idea. As far as I know, you take everyone on the same bye week, like, so that you have the most possible chances.
So it's a strategy it's a strategy that I did last year, because I think the thinking with it is, would you rather have like 100, assuming injuries, obviously, assuming no one on your team gets hurt, would you rather have 100% of your team healthy in your like lineup available to score some points for like 15 of the 17 weeks if you stack just 2 different bye weeks? Or would you rather have
or do you try to locate an actual game that you like should we have the schedule pulled up right now?
You can do that a little bit too. Also like division stacking is obviously something you want to do, because both of these guys play in the twice a year. So if you just stack like the NFC South, like you're gonna get a lot.
I was thinking let's just do Falcons Saints though with the entire. I mean, why not? They got 2 dome games. That's four dome games, right? Minimum.
Exactly.
Perfect.
All right, we got Wabi in here. We got Big Rig in here. We got Anthony in here. Anybody else in here that I recognize? I think that's it. There we go. There we go. Say if you're in the if you're in the draft, make sure you are contractually and legally obligated to say which draft slot you're at.
Yeah, 100%. I need to
There
start
we
saying
go.
that.
Also, too, somebody asked in here, you got to be 18 or 21 for Underdog. You are kind of more involved in the Underdog law. Do you know what it's 21, right? I think it's
Let's see what Google says.
Yeah, let's see what Google says. Also, too, speaking of Underdog, the announcement's finally out. Would you you can promote your little code thing you got going on
Absolutely, guys. If you or anyone you know, I know a lot of you guys already are signed up on Underdog, but if you or a friend are wanting to get into Underdog this year, best ball, whether you want to play pick'em, something like that, sign up with promo code BBG. It's the same as any other promo code out there in the sense that no one has like they can offer you more than what I'm offering. It's a 50% deposit match up to $250, and you will receive 3 special pick'em entries. If you want to bet on the Wolves game tonight, sign up. You'll get a special pick'em, and then you can basically automatically hit a parlay just by getting one other thing right.
There we go. JJ?
Sorry, I'm Googling how old you have to be to play. Right. Yeah, Justin Jefferson all day, baby. Don't ever stop taking Justin Jefferson. How old do you have to be to play?
So Wabi says it's state dependent, he thinks.
I believe so.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
18 Utah. Plus.
Okay, well, there we go.
That's what I'm seeing here.
I say the league. Well, like I think it.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. 21 plus in is MA Massachusetts?
Yes.
Or is it Maine?
No, it's
Maine is MI. Okay. Yeah. Massachusetts, Arizona, 19 plus in Alabama, New England. So it looks like it varies actually. So you were right, Tyler.
Yeah, I was gonna say like to go to a casino like in Minnesota, you only have to be 18, but like you go to Wisconsin, you have to be 21. Too funny how like Las Vegas is like you have to be 21 to gamble in Las Vegas, but like you're like degenerate state out of any of the states. I'm shocked it's 21.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, I was wrong. I said MA is Maine.
Oh, E is Maine. MI is
no. MA is Massachusetts. MI is Michigan. Okay, sorry. Yeah. I said MI is Maine. Sorry.
Yeah. I write a lot of addresses for work, so I'm pretty good with the state postal. What are those code? Like just the state postal code? Is that what you call
abbreviation?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, whatever. Is it me?
Try me with the capital right now. Give me a state. Oh,
I'm good with that too. Okay, let me give you a hard one. Let's go.
Fuck.
Let's go South Dakota.
St. Paul? No, St. Pierre, something like that.
It's St. Paul's, Minnesota.
Oh fuck.
Pierre is South Dakota though, so you were close.
Oh, Pierre. Okay, and then okay, got
there we go. All right, give me one.
Vermont.
Montpelier.
Nice. Yeah, that one's easy to remember because it sounds like the name. Illinois.
Rockford. Or no, this is Springfield. Fuck.
I think it is Springfield.
I think it's Springfield.
I'm not sure, but I think I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 90% sure.
No, I think it's Springfield. It's Springfield.
I shouldn't be asking when I actually don't know. I'm trying to come up with ones that I don't remember.
Yeah. All right, let's get back.
How do you feel about? Okay, so shout out. This is just based on what I listen to, but I watch the Swolecast every week. Comes out Wednesdays. It's like a more comedy version of what they do over at Ship Chasing. In a way, it's like Pete Overzet, Davis Maddock, and then David Kitchens, who's kind of like this boomer who never drafts, but he never knows what's going on, but he hops in these Best Ball Mania drafts. Kyron Williams fell to pick 310 in their Best Ball Mania draft today.
Wow.
Because of the foot thing.
Oh my God. I should have hopped in a Best Ball Mania draft. God damn it.
Right.
Also too, yeah.
So, I mean, if we don't see someone that we like, do we just kind of lean towards the bye week? Do we just take I don't know.
So my thought is I was a heavy bye week person last year. I think I'm gonna ease up on that stance a little bit this year. Fantasy Dog Pound, they with the analytical breakdown they did on their channel, kind of suggested that maybe the bye week stacking isn't the way to go.
I mean, dude, I like Achane, to be honest, because the 50-point week. I mean, how is any running back going to beat that?
Yeah,
I'm down personally, but
let's go Achane. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. And I'm kind of
It
down.
happened to line up with the bye week, but yeah.
I'm kind of down. I'm kind of doing where like I'm doing like 50-50. Like one draft I'll focus on bye weeks. The other drafts I'll kind of just draft whatever. So this can just be a draft that we focus on bye weeks. If it gets hard when like you have to reach like an entire round on a player.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I'm not trying to. I don't know about reaching or how it really should work or anything, but I was thinking back to the fantasy dog pound data and how it looked like double anchor RB looked pretty prominent. And so I was already kind of leaning like, okay, we probably want a running back here, like a nice early running back. And then it lined up with the bye. So I was like, okay, why not? But also, I mean, Devin, like you only have to win this. Like, even if you place top 5 1 week, does that pay for like, how much is that? Can you pull that up? I have no idea what the payouts are.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Just pull out the payouts real quick
for first place
each week.
Yeah.
So yeah, even if you get like top 10, you make $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like Justin Jefferson and Achane can hit pretty big for 1 week. That seems like a pretty good bet to me.
Yep. I mean, I'm just gonna keep.
This is interesting.
Yeah, even in like Best Ball Mania, like actual not weekly winners drafts, like JJ is just like, I think people are just they're way too scared about the quarterback downgrade. It's still the same offense. I think he's still gonna get the same targets. Yeah, the offense might not be as efficient, but like you're getting a discount on him. Like you can usually give him like if you drafted like the 107 or 108 enough, like you're probably gonna get a couple shares of him that low. So
really, okay, wow.
Yeah. I've definitely seen JJ fall to the 106, 107, or 107, 108. I think. So
yeah.
Okay, now the next question is here. We don't want to get left behind a receiver. We could go Waddle to stack up with Miami.
Yeah, I love Olave.
Love Josh Allen too.
Any one of these guys. I mean, Cooper Kupp. I'm going back to week 6, but Cooper Kupp is interesting as a spike week guy. DJ Moore is a big spike week guy.
Yep. I probably lean Kupp.
I like
one of these 3. You want to go Kupp?
I like Kupp. Yeah, man.
Let's do it.
Why not? Why not?
Let's do it.
We got my troll in here saying, shocker, best ball guy doesn't know capitals. I just demonstrated that I knew some capitals. Like, what are we talking? He gave me 1 of 50 and I got pretty close to being right. I used to eat off, this might be kind of old fashioned. I don't know if people still do this, but those like placemats that you put the plate on.
Yeah.
Like when you eat dinner with your family. Like it was at my grandparents' house and it just had the 50 states with the capitals on it. I'd just be sitting there eating my green beans and mac and cheese and pork chop or whatever. And I'm just memorizing capitals and like when I was 8 years old, but I'm going off of my 8-year-old brain right now.
There we go. And Maury says, I was randomly in a weekly winners draft with Emo Cowboy earlier. Love it. Love it. It was funny. I don't know if you saw a couple of days ago when I was streaming and Emo Cowboy was also streaming and we just happened to get in the same best ball. It was a Best Ball Mania draft together.
Oh, I didn't know you guys were both streaming when that happened.
Yeah, we were both streaming.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, I know all his players. I'm going to take them all. It's kind of fucked up.
Doesn't it just feel dirty having Justin Jefferson and Cooper Kupp on the same team?
Yeah, dude.
Like in a way.
Like if you got this team last year, you'd be like, oh my God, Like I kind of like that narrative.
2 years ago?
I like that narrative where it's like, Well, Cooper Kupp was still going like middle first last year, though.
Yeah. Like as an ADP value, but that didn't really pan out. I mean, like if you got the production of both those years, because Justin Jefferson also got hurt last year.
Yeah, but I like doing the like when you start like one of like these like 1, 2, 3 picks where you can get like Tyreek, Devontae, and Stephon Diggs, and it's like, oh my God, I just got 3 picks that were going in the first round last year. Like it just feels like, oh my God, like if they just played like they have played, like this is gonna be a sick team. I kind of like that narrative, but we would love to get Waddle falling back to us. I don't think Anthony's gonna let us do it. I think Anthony goes Waddle here. Looks like Anthony's building out a 6-12 bye week stack as well. We only have 6s, so we can actually we're not even forced to go. We can kind of pick another bye week right now, which is nice.
Sure. Yeah. No, I would love to get Waddle. I was kind of wondering, like, I bet Elite QB is probably pretty fun in this contest.
Yeah. I have to make a weekly winners overlay where I have like a screenshot of the bye weeks and I'll just put it like right here so you can kind of just see the teams where like, you know what I mean? I think it'd be kind of nice. I think I'm going to do that. Okay.
So I think not taking a rookie maybe is a better play because you get more weeks of already having the offense under your belt and them using you more efficiently. A rookie's obviously awesome, and that's probably why Neighbors is in the 4th round. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Neighbors also, though, could come off to a hot start, though. So
that's what I was going to say. Like, he's the only guy there. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
He's literally the only guy there. Okay,
was this a week 1 projection I'm looking at that it says 11.2 and stuff?
Do we go Mahomes here?
Dude, I kind of like Mahomes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Mahomes, and if there's such a thing, I mean, what Rashi Rice probably dirt cheap in this, right? Because you
Oh yeah,
lose like
100%.
8. Oh my god,
Yeah.
we
Let's go
could win.
Mahomes.
We could win weeks 8 through 17 with Rashi Rice.
Should we just say like just for the content side and just say fuck it, we're only going by week 6?
It was okay. So we were talking before the draft, and you were like, okay, like it's not very optimal to double stack quarterbacks because we're trying to build, and that makes sense because in a DraftKings lineup, like if I'm going to play a Jalen Hurts, I'm only going to have one of his receivers. I'm not going to play Jalen Hurts with AJ Brown with Devonta Smith and pay the price tag on all those guys. But Mahomes, like when Tyreek and Kelsey were on the Chiefs, like it was like if you didn't do Mahomes, Tyreek, Kelsey almost every week, you were just like giving up your money in a way. So, I mean, at a certain point, they were too expensive to do that stack every time. But if we get a bounce back on the Chiefs offense this year that comes back towards what they're supposed to look like in my eyes, I mean, you can double stack Mahomes in a DFS lineup is essentially what I'm saying.
100%. And I think like we've kind of said it since the beginning, just talking about Best Ball Mania, where it's like Mahomes could just have like the best season of his career this year. It's shit. Like I'm fully of the opinion that these are the best weapons he's ever had as a collective. Obviously, Tyreek Hill is probably the best weapon he's ever had in period. But like when you think about Kelsey, you think about what Worthy could be, what Marquise Brown provides, what Rashee Rice provides when he comes back, the running game, the O line. Like where's the weak point in this offense? There's not one.
No.
So
no. And Sean Siegel and Ben Gretsch on Stealing Bananas were talking about the Chiefs offense last year scored 100 less points than their median for the entire Mahomes era. That's insane.
Yeah. Crazy.
There's a part of me that looks at Mark Andrews here and is just like, that's such a cheat code because he's so live for 25, 26 points each week. Okay, there he goes.
I think we just go Worthy.
I love it. Yeah, thank God. I'm happy Andrews went because that was going to be a big problem in my brain to probably make the right decision there.
I kind of just want to go week 6 now. Like we're shaping.
Whoa! What was that report? I said tweaks hammy. Whoa! Pause.
Wait. Oh yeah, Worthy. I saw that. Yeah,
he tweaked his hammy.
He's fine.
God, the fast guys always tweak their hammies.
Tweaks hammy. He's fine.
Oh,
OTAs. No one cares about OTAs.
Tyler.
Dude, the freaking clips right now are out of control. You see a player catch a ball, like Adonai Mitchell. Oh my goodness, is he gonna have a breakout year? Like, oh my, what are we talking about, man? Like, I like a good clip more than anyone. My boy Kyle Pitts, kind of the show stealer of the shorts and helmets training camp clip right now, but he's kind of leading the charge on that because everyone's excited about Kirk and Kyle. But yeah, let's get to some comments here real quick. I can see Cup out producing Puka this season and is a huge value. Funny thing about that, Jamie, I'm writing an article right now about the best values and like values at ADP and players I'm not drafting at ADP for player profile. I just submitted it today, and that's one of the things I already talked about. I said Cooper Kupp was one of the players I love at ADP, and Puka was one of the ones I hated at ADP. So I wrote that in the article. You should go check that out when it goes live. I don't know the exact day, but I'm sure I'll retweet it. It was plus EV to stream. I really like the construction from the middle, especially in weekly winners. What's a better first 2 picks? Start Chase and Josh Jacobs or Bijan and Olave? I like Bijan and Olave, I think.
Yeah, just because I don't like Jacobs. That's why.
Yeah. There we go. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, Henry's in here. What's going on, baby? Any concerns with Mahomes outdoors on a Christmas game against a good Steelers D? I'll let you take that one.
Any concerns with Mahomes outdoors on a Christmas game against a good Steelers? No. I mean, what are we talking about? It's Patrick Mahomes. I don't care how good the defense is. I mean, yes, for a week 17, you're talking about best ball mania. I don't think the Chiefs are like that's the part. I'm less concerned about the Steelers defense, and I'm more concerned that the Steelers aren't going to be able to put up points with Arthur Smith and Russell Wilson or Justin Fields at the helm. And so the Chiefs might not have to do that much. I really like Pacheco's as the week 17 bring back for the Steelers. Like, I think a fun one I've been doing is Kelsey, I think, can play any game. Kelsey gets the Chiefs off to a strong start each game, whether they're going to dominate the team or not. He's the short intermediate guy. And then Pacheco, obviously, I think with them bringing back Clyde is going to have a really big year. But the bring back for the Steelers that I like is just Roman Wilson, just because they have to take a shot down the field. Like, if Pickens wasn't so expensive, yes, I would love Pickens too. But Roman Wilson in the 14th round, I don't know.
All right. I mean, I kind of like this start. I'm not gonna lie. The Diggs, Dell, DK, Bijan, JT, like
Mhm.
that lineup just screams upside. And we were talking about it yesterday,
Right.
where like why the double stacking thing doesn't work, and especially it doesn't. I don't think it's an optimal strategy for beginning of the like if you're spending like we kind of mentioned the Jalen Hurts thing with Eagles in the pre-show, where it's like if you're spending capital on AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, all right, we got to go Marquise here, right?
I was thinking that for the double stack, but if there's no more boomer bust running back than Kenneth Walker in the NFL. The
Okay,
dude,
I
I
do
mean,
like Kenneth
he
Walker.
is the quintessential like break a 70-yard runoff guy, like
Yeah.
in my eyes. So
But do we want to go just week 6 for the content? Just have a week 16. Just
okay,
build.
sure. Yeah, yes, I do. Yes, I
I
do.
kind of just want to
Because
do that. You know
I'm
what I
having
mean?
fun.
Let's go Marquise here.
Yeah, and I'm into the Mahomes double stack. And it's fun too because this is an early season team with a lot of potential with the Rashee Rice suspension. I mean, this is Mahomes' two guys right here. I think they want to come
Exactly.
out, make a statement, and show that we're not this defensive juggernaut. You know, I think they want
Exactly.
to show that we're going to ball out this season.
hmm And kind of what we were talking about, like just to get back to the point I was trying to make was the if you spend high draft capital on AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, even if you do stack it with Jalen Hurts, and let's say like you're spending like both the probability that both those guys like have unbelievable weeks is a little like smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And if you kind of need to capitalize, like if it's not going to happen every game, right? It's only it might happen once this season or like maybe 2 times this season. So like if you're spending your high draft capital on those two receivers, and those are your first two receivers off the board, you're really going to need like those later round receivers. And in theory, this is why we have ADP,
Right.
where it's like those players have a less probability of having really good weeks. Maybe you get lucky and you find some value later in drafts, but I think that's why we're like even where we kind of did it here, but we didn't spend like these are our third and fourth receivers. It's not
Right.
our first and second. So I think there's a little bit of a game theory thing there where like maybe if you're going to double stack, you do it with later guys, not beginning guys. Like Houston's the same thing, right? Like Diggs, Dell, and Nico.
Right.
Maybe you don't
Right.
want Nico and Diggs on your team because the probability they both hit your lineup and that you actually get those other points somewhere. Because like you really need to get like
Right.
top
It
10.
might happen 1 week, but I think with the Chiefs, it could happen maybe 4 weeks this season where
Yeah,
Mahomes is the optimal play with both his receivers. And it might not be Xavier Worthy and Marquise Brown, but I think at least one of the weeks it will be the optimal. So just a hope that Justin Jefferson, Achan, and Cup are all having a good week that week too.
the bye week 6-3 may be dead because there's
That's fine.
nobody.
Hey, let's get off that train. We got it. We got it. We're good. Let's take someone we just like at this point. I like someone with upside too.
Mm.
Oh God.
Ferg?
I was gonna say Ferguson, man. I think he's a touchdown threat, and
Yeah.
that's all I got for you on that one. But
Yeah, I mean, he does catch touchdowns.
no
So
other
you're not,
name
you're
was
not
like
wrong.
screaming upside for a
Yeah.
DFS lineup.
Let's do it. I mean, he's in the same situation as he was last year. I don't click on him a lot, but it's I think I like him a little bit more as a weekly winners kind of guy than like a guy that like I'm spending 7th round draft capital on to really hold down my tight end room. You know what I mean?
Right. Do the Cowboys play the Chiefs this year? Probably not, but I'm looking.
They
Cowboys,
might. They
Steelers,
haven't played the
Cowboys,
Cowboys.
Lions.
They haven't played the Cowboys in a while. Last time I remember they played the Cowboys when Tyreek was on the Chiefs, and they got like that crazy like end of half first half touchdown. We're like, you remember that? You know what I'm talking about?
When the Cowboys played the Chiefs, they got the Cowboys scored the last second touchdown at half.
No, like the Chief. I think it was the Cowboys or the Chiefs? The Chiefs did. I think Tyreek like squeaked in there. I don't remember. I could be wrong. That was like a couple of years ago.
Maybe, man. They've done that so many times where they score with like 15 seconds left or something. Yeah.
All right. Let's get the board open. The people love the board.
Okay, so I was going to actually say this. So you know how in the beginning when you were saying I'm really good at this and I started joking around saying 0 RB is like the way I want to play it.
Yeah.
I do actually think that 0 RB does have some merit in a contest like this. I know it's kind of was not optimal according to the dog pounds data. But just from a game theory sense that we want to not look at just because last year's weekly winners data is all we have, right? So that is not going to be the law. That was also a different landscape of receivers. Like, and the running back prices were different that year too. So you really can't look at 1 year of data and then just extrapolate it over into every single season, because right now the wide receiver prices are so high, and I still think you want to have a bunch of really strong wide receivers for a DFS lineup. So that's just all I'm saying is I do think that we do need to be conscientious that we only have 1 year of data for this. And if we like the guy, I don't when Herzig won BBM the first time, I don't even think it was even close to like a 0 RB team. So it's everything changes year over year. We need more data to really make a better assessment, in my opinion.
I agree. I still like the. I mean, the RBs in this tier are kind of fun. Where it's like you still got Najee, you got Brooks, like you got some
Jonathan Brooks, Jalen Warren right here. Dude, Jalen Warren, bring back. I know now we're getting week 7. My week 17 brain is tingling, but
yeah,
I think he could just have a much bigger season than we're expecting. I don't know. I just want upside, right? Like that's all. We don't really need too much floor, maybe. I don't know.
no,
Weekly winners is odd. I need you to coach me.
I don't think floor is what you should be chasing. Like look at the contest where it's like only like the top 10 make over top 15 make over $1,000, right? So like you really need to have like the most ideal upside.
Christian Watson plays Jefferson twice a year. I mean,
he does.
Deep threat guy, big speed. J-Mo's going to play the Cowboys. I know that. And he's going to play Minnesota twice.
Yeah. Should we go Christian Watson here? Or BTJ is kind of a fun pick too.
Yeah, he is. Either one. You can do it. Whatever you want.
We'll go Christian Watson. He's a thumbnail of the video. We'll do Christian Watson.
True. Okay. Thumbnail points always counts.
Yeah. 100%. All right. Let's see there. How bad of an overpay is this? A-Rich for the 1. It's a little dynasty talk. A-Rich and the 108 for Caleb. He wasn't budging any lower, and I really wanted Caleb. So you traded A-Rich and the 108 for Caleb. I don't think that's egregious. I mean, 108's probably I think it's an overpay, but I don't think it's. I mean, go get your guys. You know.
A-Rich is interesting because of him getting hurt that rookie season. I think people kind of have a weird taste in their mouth. I'm not really sure. You know, if A-Rich gets hurt again for whatever reason, no matter what it is, whether it's his fault or not, like people are going to nuke him in the rankings for getting hurt 2 years in a row because of they're going to say he's a mobile quarterback and he was never that good to begin with. And he's inaccurate and it'll be really easy to nuke him. Whereas Caleb will literally retain value like Trevor Lawrence does. Trevor Lawrence has never even had like more than 21 touchdowns or something. And he's still like a top 10 dynasty quarterback.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Starting to grow on BTJ. I'm starting to grow on BTJ a little bit too, man. I could just see him just breaking out. Kind of like maybe I think I just have an addiction to like maybe like these. It's kind of weird. I kind of pick and choose the size speed guys that I like because I love Leggett. I can get in on Gabe Davis sometimes, but I've historically been a Christian Watson hater. I've usually been out on BTJ as well, but I'm kind of coming around on Watson and BTJ. You know, kind of the more I watch, the more I read, the more I hear people talk about these players. I think I'm starting to buy in on them a little bit more.
I agree. I was really big on BTJ in the big board, man. I would almost try to talk myself out of it. I would end up watching another the same highlight reel again. I just go, dude, this literally looks like AJ Brown. Like
I was gonna say, yeah, dude. Have you watched his highlights? It's crazy because every single touchdown he scores is like 40+ yards. Like there's no like 5-yard touchdown or like 7-yard touchdown. It's all
which is concerning. Which is concerning because it's like, are you a target earner or are you just like a bigger version of like Deshaun Jackson or something?
Yeah. James is asking, am I fitting 2 drafts in tonight? Unfortunately, I cannot. I know the Wolves play at 8:30.
Wolves played 8:30.
But I am I got to get to a bar at 6:30 my time. So in an hour I have to be at the bar. So got to get mentally prepared. I'm thinking Warren here. Just my favorite
I think that's such a good pick, Tyler.
Yeah. Just looking around. Ooh,
yeah.
Brock Bowers sounds kind of fun.
I know Brock Bowers does look tasty, but I think that's just my best ball brain, man. I think he might get off to a slow start with the Raiders and
He's taking handoffs in that hype video. Let's go, Warren.
No, I didn't. What? He's taking handoffs.
He was getting handoffs in a hype video, and Theo Greminger, player profile, is like the biggest Brock Bowers like slappy ever. And I saw somebody, I think it was Billy Muzio, tagged him and was like, somebody check in on Theo right now because he's taking handoffs.
I know, dude. He had a good rushing metrics. Too.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those jet. It wasn't one of those jet handoffs. It was like a pistol,
like an actual hand. Yeah, the dude's playing straight up halfback, like old school NFL. Yeah, I love it.
Some Johnny Smith shit.
He had some good dude. He was like a really good runner when he got the ball in Georgia, man.
Yeah. I think we're forgetting like how good Bowers is. Like I remember I was writing a coaching article like right after the season, kind of like when everyone was getting fired. I was writing a coaching article and I was writing up the Chargers, and I was like, oh, like what if Brock? Like I was like at that time, it felt like Brock Bowers was going to be a Los Angeles Charger at the time because like that's
Mhm.
how good people were talking. Like that's how
Yeah.
like how high people were on him. So like he just kind of fell through the process for like because he didn't run. I think people were like whatever. Like
I don't
I
know
don't
if
know.
it was that. I think their head coaches on mainly the two teams that passed on him were the Titans and the Chargers, right?
Yeah,
So I think they just kind of stuck in their ways. Like Harbaugh was like, there's no way he wasn't taking an O lineman, man. Like,
yeah.
because he literally believes like if the O line isn't there, I don't care if I have freaking Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, and Christian McCaffrey on this team. Like if the O line's not there, the team doesn't work. So I
Yeah.
mean, he is rebuilding for the ground up. So
Yeah.
whatever is what it is. Speaking of
Yeah.
the Chargers, I think they're probably a super fun cheap stack that will surprisingly put up points that we're not expecting, especially
What do you
against the
think
Chiefs.
about Lad McConkey's current ADP?
In this or best
No,
ball or
in just regular Best Ball Mania.
Man, I heard a lot of convincing stuff initially and I was in on it, but I haven't taken him in a long time, man. He basically the best way I've heard it is with their lack of running backs right now, but still understanding the Greg Roman Harbaugh system is they want to run the ball through the air. So really short passes to McConkey is probably his specialty. He's athletic, he can get open, he's got great hands. But will that work? Is that really utilizing Justin Herbert to his full potential? There was a big puff piece that I just got a text message from MP43, who I have in my channel a lot. He's like, dude, we might need to start taking more Quentin Johnston because there's a big puff piece about him. I'm scared on that, but
Okay.
wow.
I kind of like Benson here.
I know
think,
my brain Benson at 115 like doesn't register in my brain, so I'm
you're
losing it a little
getting
bit.
the rookie discount, and what if he just like comes out of the gates and he's really good? You know what I mean? Or what if James Conner goes down in week 1, which happened last year, week 2?
Yeah, I
Or
also
whatever it
think
was.
Tajay Spears, Chase Brown are very interesting because at least they're established, but it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Let's go Benson.
Sure,
Let's go
absolutely.
Benson.
That sounds great. Hopefully, we can get one of those other running backs on the way back around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, how do you feel about McConkey and stuff? I know you're probably a little bit more scared of his price.
Okay. So he was one of the players I wrote up on this article, and so let me see if I can pull it up real fast. I think I have it. Yeah, it's right here. So what I wrote on him was, here it is. I get that he's in the Chargers offense. He's connected to Justin Herbert, but this is an offense we project to be more run heavy, a lot more 12 than we've seen in previous years. And like, what's considered? I think the selling point for me is like, what's considered a good season for McConkey? I said like maybe like a Chris Godwin, a Deontay Johnson, like what we're projecting for those guys, maybe even Hopkins. All those guys go after McConkey. Like I think if he had a Chris Godwin type season, that's a good season for him. But you can take Chris Godwin later. So it just doesn't make sense for me where it's like we don't even know that he's gonna be the number one. He's never had a season at Georgia where he had more than 800 yards. He never had more than 60 catches. I think his best touchdown season was like 7 or 8. It's just Joshua Palmer is probably the most established receiver on this team so far, like the best rapport with Justin Herbert. Quentin Johnston, like you said, there's a puff piece about him, I guess. So people are maybe excited about him. DJ Chark, I think it's a lot better than people give him credit for. So I don't know. It's just there's a lot of different variables. We're like, yeah, I'll probably still take a couple of shares of him because he could just be that good. But it's really scary just taking him like above a guy like Hopkins, who's like probably going to catch a ton of balls and a touchdown threat. Chris Godwin, all those guys. So it's a scary click for me at ADP.
Right. No, I hear you. I think people are factoring in the difference in quarterback play with that. Like just the fact that Herbert can provide such a good ball to these guys. I mean, if McConkey does prove to be more than just a quick pass slot guy and he's somehow Cooper Kupp or something on the Rams, like that, that's the absolute nuts outcome. We're on the board here.
All right.
Chase Brown is screaming at me.
You want to go Chase Brown? I'm down.
It's so much. He's so much faster than Zach Moss. Like if there was someone who's going to put up big weeks, if for whatever reason he does get the starting role, you're going to feel really good about having him on this weekly winners team. I'm assuming.
Let's do it.
And no one else like Cortland Sutton, Brandon Cooks, Joshua Palmer. None of these guys scream to me like having more than like 15-point like ceilings each week necessarily. I don't know. Wow. If we would scroll down a little bit, I would have saw Blake Corum. That would have been pretty interesting.
I also kind of like the fact that we have like JJ and Cooper Cup feel like safe, kind of receivers. Like they're gonna
Yeah,
probably put up like 15, 17 at least every
right,
week.
right.
And then we just have like three, just like guys who could just give you 25.
Just give me 30, Christian Watson. Come on, one time,
Exactly.
baby.
Exactly. There we go. Oh, Bobby's not a fan of us taking Chase Brown. We took Warren from him and we took Chase Brown. Sorry about it. Not
dude,
really.
when you're in a draft with me, you better go get your guys, bud, because those are my guys too.
There we go. There we go. And War likes Chase Brown too. And War also has the hardest profile picture on YouTube at the moment as well.
Dude, I was gonna say your intro after rewatching it, I'm so hyped on Bijan, man. I've got him. My last two BBM drafts have got him at pick 8, and dude, I'm like enamored with Bijan this year, man. Not having Arthur Smith in the way, like rewatching how good he was with the ball. Like I'm a Jets guy, man. I really like Breece Hall, but I might give the edge to Bijan. Also because the Falcons D isn't as good as the Jets, and I just think like they're gonna need Bijan to be getting these offensive plays going. Jets might not be on offense that much.
You know what's I watched the Bijan interview that he did with Bustin' with the Boys, and it was funny where he was talking about like last year Arthur Smith kind of told him where it was like it kind of sounded like Arthur Smith's thinking of why he didn't get the ball to him that much was like, this isn't our Super Bowl year. We have plans for you in the future. Like, I don't want to run you into the ground for no reason this year because Desmond Ritter's our quarterback. Like, I think that was kind of where he was thinking. I think Arthur Smith thought he was going to be around for longer than he was. That's why, like, he kind of did what he did. But that's kind of what it sounded like when Bijan was talking about it, where like Arthur didn't want to run him into the ground, give him 30 carries for pretty much no reason in a rookie year where like the window is probably a little bit later down the line. So I kind of see what Arthur was thinking there. But you had a chance to make the playoffs, which is why I think a ton of fans were pissed. But
exactly that's the main like thing that's screaming out at me is like, when did you tell him that? Because when you tell him in the beginning of the season, we're not making the Super Bowl this year, like, dude, you could win the division with that team. I know you don't have the best quarterback, but like I don't know, you got something, man. We've seen crazier stuff between Carson Wentz and what Nick Foles come in and take it down. So dude, you got to give the fans a playoff appearance, man. Like, what's the point of picking at 8 every time when you take Michael Penix?
I don't know.
That wasn't his decision.
Here. Who are we thinking here? Some interesting names like Wicks, like Gabe Davis.
Good, Gabe Davis. Komet, kind of interesting a little bit.
I was thinking of Jalen Wright too. Sharp is interesting from a terms of just like.
So we have a chance, so probably not Wright.
Yeah, but Wright's gone, so we're good.
Dowdle on the Cowboys. We have a little Dowdle or Cowboys correlation.
I like Lloyd a lot. We have Green Bay. I like Lloyd over Dowdle.
Yeah, I do like that actually.
But I think we want one of these receivers here.
I'm good with Lloyd.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I don't think also too. I saw Anthony took Xavier Legette. I don't think I've gotten Xavier Legette in a week on stream. Like I don't think I've had him been able to draft him.
Oh really?
Everyone just else just drafts him, and it's always somebody like in the chat. And that's kind of what you sign up for. So I really got to go get him when I'm not on stream because
that's funny. And Legette has been falling to me at pick 157. I haven't been taking him.
Yeah, that's because everyone in this lobby knows that I'm gonna
take all the guys I want. They take all the guys you want. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I should start doing some drafts on your account or on your stream, just like you know what I mean.
Right? Yeah.
Your guys.
Come get your Legette, man, because they want me to take Legette, and I'm like, dude, there's no correlation here. I can't just grab him naked.
Oh yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can.
Well, I'm always. I mean, being a 0 RB dude, I'm always like, I have to take Kendra Miller here. I can't go Legette.
Yeah. Also, it's, I feel like if we had to do a power rankings of OTA superstars videos, Bryce Young's probably up there in terms of like the muscle he's apparently put on.
That was AI, dude. That can't be real.
It was AI.
Dude's on the Will Levis program.
Dude, Will Levis is. I have a Will Levis thumbnail in the like just in the queue waiting, and the picture I have of him is he's just absolutely jacked, dude.
Dude, he's too big to be a quarterback. Like as soon as he threw the interception, it followed his shot, and then dude hit the dude for the fumble. I mean, it's almost too much, man. He is so like. Him and Aiden O'Connell kind of not body type, but the way they just air out the ball and it's kind of just whatever happens is pretty similar in my mind.
What do you think about this comment? It's very interesting. If we're shooting for upside, would it make sense to take another flex instead of a second quarterback?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't fuck a second quarterback, dude. Mahomes, man. If Mahomes has a bad year, then fuck this team. Sorry
Yeah.
for my language.
And if our
But yeah.
lineup hits, it's probably because Worthy or Marquise Brown caught a touchdown. You know what
You
I
know,
mean?
I'd be interested in like a Justin Fields because if he does win that job, like
Yes.
but I don't want a Derek Carr. I don't want a Bo Nix really.
Yeah.
Even though I have heard some upside cases for Nix.
I think Levis is interesting just from a tier. Like he could probably run in a couple touchdowns in a given week, right?
Oh, sure, dude. Anytime a guy comes out his rookie game and throws 4 touchdowns, I'm pretty much willing to go for it.
Have you ever tried Mayo and coffee?
Absolutely not. But I see what he's going for. He's like trying to do the MCT oil kind of thing, like have a nice high fat diet in his coffee to start his day. But I'm not that keto.
Yeah, I think we're going Mooney here.
Love it. I didn't even know who you wanted, so I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, you know. I mean, you're a Mooney guy, right?
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
I think he's probably on the. I dropped my I don't know if you saw it. I think it was about a week or two ago. The ICI draft lineup on Underdog. I actually got some good engagement on that. So maybe that's a good content idea. Maybe I'll have to re-release it because I think Mooney might be the flex in there over Ray Davis now. As much as I love Ray Davis, I think Darnell Mooney's taken over that flex spot over Ray Davis.
So I was planning on. I'm going to stream later today, everyone, in case you wanted to see me stream. Ray Davis and James Cook are at the top of my running back exposures, man. I'm really betting on the Bills run games this year. I got like 23% James. This is through 30 BBMs. I have 23% James Cook and I have 17% Ray Davis. So I have one more share of James Cook than Ray Davis. So almost over half my teams, I've either taken James Cook or I've taken Ray Davis.
Who's the player, like if they go off this year, you're going to do the biggest victory lap on stream and on Twitter?
Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
100%.
I think mine's.
I mean, also low-key Derek Carr because I end up with way too much late Saints, but I don't even want to talk about that. People really give me a hard time about that, and it kind of discredits me because I don't even feel that good about it. But no, that's a really good question. Actually, let's look up. Here's my exposures through 64 drafts. I will.
I'd say
just tell you.
You can share it on the screen, and I can put it up if you want.
No, I'm going to put a paywall if you want to see this. So I'll just tell you a couple. Chase Brown. Chase Brown is at 25%. Wide receivers, Waddle's at 25%. Also, Rashee Rice is at 22%.
Oh, yeah. Is this just WrestleMania?
Nope, that's Schnauzer, Chihuahua, Golden.
Gotcha.
All that stuff. And some puppies. But the big board, dude, actually, not even just the big board, little board 1, little board 2, and some sit and goes. I have over 30% Mark Andrews. I have like over 50 shares of Mark. I mean, and he's at another 30% with my post NFL draft.
Yeah.
Stuff. I can't. It's the 5th round Mark Andrews. You guys are crazy letting him fall there. And I like how we're all just fine with it. We're like, oh, like it's fine. Like yeah. I'll let a tight end score 25 points like 8 times this season, like on someone else's team. Sure, yeah. I'll take him.
This is kind of interesting comment. Does that mean less Josh Allen because of your James Cook, Ray Davis?
Way less Josh Allen. Yes, I was looking at that because I was actually wondering that too, and I just haven't. Okay, so for the big board, he was going in the 2nd round, right? But you could get Hurts in the 4th and everything. So I was like, that is too big of a disparity for how close those guys are in my mind. So I kept passing on Josh Allen. I have a ton of Jalen Hurts, and it's kind of the same because I'm also not the biggest fan of Josh Allen against the Jets week 17, honestly. Like that, I know you shouldn't predict defenses this far out, but I do worry about that.
Mm-hmm. Running back here, we kind of need another tight end, but I really hate these tight ends.
I mean, you could pull up Fant if you want. Marvin Mims is also very interesting with his skill set. I mean,
we can get Fant a little later. So
okay,
thinking Ray Davis or Algier. For me personally,
Algier.
We just stop at running back now. Just go 6.
Yeah, perfect.
Boom. All right.
He's so valuable. If anything happens to Bijan, he's going to be so good.
I'm confused why he's not being drafted at like that elite handcuff tier. Like him and like I would probably rather have Algier over Kendre Miller. They're very similar, but
yeah,
like you know what I mean.
I'd probably have him over Marshawn Lloyd too and Charbonnet.
Yeah, it's interesting in that respect. Like I feel like he should be going closer in this 12th round than he is in like the 14th, sometimes 15th round. You can get some falling Algier sometimes. So it's just it's interesting. We're like, if anything happens to Bijan, and I pray to God nothing happens to Bijan, but like if something does, Algier's like a top 15 weekly running back.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, get him while you can, because the ADP chasing guys just did their who's the next Kyron Williams. And they weren't obviously saying Algier is the guy, but they just did a breakdown of all the handcuffs in each backfield, and all of them were in agreement. Like, dude, Algier is so, like, there's no sense of this. Like, the reason we draft handcuffs is because running backs get hurt so much in the NFL that we just want the best possible handcuff. And I think Algier might be the single best handcuff you can have. I mean, can anyone tell me another? Is it Dave Montgomery maybe as the only other one? But I think Algier and Montgomery side by side. I think Algier might be a straight up better running back, honestly. So he's like the number 2 best handcuff running back, but you can take him at pick 160. It does not make any sense. So, but you're basically taking a 0. Yeah.
Respectfully, I like the respectfully on the end of that. That's awesome. I'm glad I got a little bit of a discount on Ricky Pearsall in the big board. Yeah, I mean, remember when Ricky was going like 18th round?
Yeah, I had a bunch of I had a ton of Ricky Pearsall.
So did I.
Yeah, I know you did. You were really big, and I actually looked back at some of my biggest boards today. I finished off. Okay, are we
receiver? We're probably done at running back here. I think we go Jonnu.
Sure, I'm not a Jonnu guy.
No, do we just get Fant now?
I'd rather get Fant than Jonnu, just personally. But
no, that's fine. That's fine. No, that's cool.
Okay. Jonnu, we have to keep in mind that the Miami offense is insanely concentrated, and you can try to argue that they want to do something different, but I don't think they do, man. When they get the ball to Tyreek, they basically win the game. Like, there's no need to, like, just so everyone knows, Tyreek Hill had a 35% target share on his routes last season, and they were a playoff football team. So there's no need to really spread the ball around. The Dolphins' downfall was just simply that Tyreek's ankle got rolled up on week 15, and he wasn't as dynamic going into the playoffs. So
yeah, I'll draft it. I was a huge Jonnu guy when he signed at Miami. I'm still high on Jonnu just because they haven't had a tight end that like really fits their offense. Like when they had Gesicki there, like Gesicki was like a name that kind of everyone liked when McDaniel got there, but like he doesn't fit kind of what they wanted to do with that tight end position. They want a blocker and they want somebody who's like athletic with the ball in their hands. That wasn't Gesicki was more of like a down the field threat, but they didn't need that because they had Tyreek and they had Waddle.
Right.
So I think Jonnu fits a need where it's where it's like Jonnu is best with the ball in his hands, and if he catches like a Jonnu or Jalen Waddle's going to take the top off the defense. Tyreek's going to take the top off the defense. That's going to leave those underneath 5-yard drag routes for Jonnu just to go crazy. Like
they don't really do that though. Like they're they get the ball in space to Mostert, to A-Chain, to Jalen Wright, another speedster. Like, but I do think they looked at Jonnu from an Arthur Smith offense and a guy who did block very well. Like, honestly, I think he's he's going to block, and he will get some fake block, get off the line, like catches for some good games. But I mean, how many targets do you think Johnny's getting this year?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing where it's like, and they also added, they added OBJ, who like their wide receiver 3 last year was Braxton freaking Berrios, and like they re-signed him on a $2.5 million deal, so we can hang out with Alex Earl all day.
I would throw out Washington too. I think he's a good wide receiver.
I like Malik. I like OBJ. I think Taj. You talking about Malik? You're talking about Malik Washington. Yes. Taj Washington as well. Taj.
I didn't mind Taj either. I think they're both viable wide. I think Malik is really good though.
Yeah. Hit him with the green.
I can tell you that. I don't know if you want to look up yours, but
no, I'll do it real quick.
I have mine right here. Mine are Justin Herbert 23%, Jaden Daniels 20%, Mahomes 16%.
All right, let me look at mine. Best ball exposure, $25. There we go. Quarterback. Mahomes 26, Bryce Young 26, Drake May 20, and 2 is tied for 20 as well.
I love that. Tyler, let's top it up this year. Let's chop it up. Let's split the profits. I like your teams, man. You've been getting some good teams lately.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, Wabi's got Josh Allen here. No, we can chop it up. I was gonna go Fields. I was thinking Fields there, man.
Dude, let's do it. Let's freaking do it.
Is gone, was what I'm
saying. He's gone. All right.
Yeah. I want him to go Fields.
Do we want a wide receiver? How about Javon Baker, and then we go Drake May, maybe?
I like Baker. I always like Baker. Yeah.
I'm at a loss. I don't know. He's a deep threat guy. I liked Baker's tape coming out of college.
Am I missing something with Baker? Where like, is it me or should he just be going more like a lot closer to Jalen Polk than he does? Am I crazy
Dude,
for thinking
you're
that?
not missing anything with me, man. I remember thinking. I don't remember if you remember when we were streaming with Bindles and Steph Miller's in the chat. Shout out Steph Miller. Shout out Leg Up. The podcast. But they were talking about how, yeah, Polk is a really interesting guy. He was going and pick, like, this is during the big boys, going like pick 170, 180 or something like that. And they're like, he projects to have a lot of draft capital, but we're just not that interested in the profile, because even if he does get a lot of draft capital, it's kind of like, I just don't know really what the upside is for a guy like this. And then he gets the draft capital, he goes to New England, and I'm not saying they spiked him up at all, but now he's going at pick 130. And so I'm like, okay, I'm kind of like, I liked what they said about that. Like, he's not the most exciting profile on a bad offense. Like, I don't think I'm in on Polk, but Baker is really exciting, especially with the arm that Drake May has. And just, I mean, he's like a little mini Josh Allen out there. So if I'm taking a New England guy, it's basically Baker and maybe the tight end Hunter Henry sometimes. But I've really not had an easy time drafting any Polk at all.
Yeah, like the game I like to play, and I play it a lot with, like the Cooper Cup Puka thing, where like if Cooper Cup plays 15 plus games this year, like there's a pretty good chance, like a sizable chance that he outscores Puka Nacua. Like I don't think that would be the craziest thing in the world if we look back at the end of the day and like Puka just outscores or Cooper Cup outscores Puka. It's the same thing with Baker, where like would I be like shocked if Javon Baker outscored Jalen Polk? I don't think I would be. Like I wouldn't like in my mind it's pretty 50-50 or like maybe 60-40 Polk. But in terms of where you can get Baker and where you have to draft Polk, like I'm just much rather take the the 4, 5, 6 round discount on Javon Baker. Like it just seems so easy to me.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you want just a simple example, go watch the Baker highlights versus the Polk highlights.
Yeah.
I know Polk plays in a harder division, so there is a little bit more to say with that, but Baker's a beast, dude. He's Alabama no joke out there. Yeah. I'm good with just taking Drake May here, to be honest.
Well, I think he's gone. Oh, he's there.
No, he's there. Yeah.
He's there.
He provides some upside. I know, like I said, he's a mini Josh Allen. So if everything clicks, Josh Allen didn't work out the year one. If you want to do someone else, go.
Can I interest you in Demarcus Robinson?
You totally can. Deep threat guy on the Rams. Absolutely.
I
want to ask you a question, because this is a question that I struggle with. How do you feel about taking Puka and Cooper Kupp on the same team in a BBM draft? I feel kind of weird about it.
It is kind of weird. I think they can both go off in the same week, obviously. Very consolidated target tree there. But it's kind of the same thing where like
I see a lot of people who go like Puka, Kyron, then Kupp.
I think I think you have to just get one or two of those teams, but it's not something I'm sought after.
Yeah, and I don't remember who was really talking about this, but I've kind of really come around to just my DFS brain is just screaming at me like you just want one of the receivers. You want the quarterback with the receiver who puts up the 30-point game. You don't really want the middling piece, like at least as a wide receiver, the other guy who put up 15. Like maybe if it's a tight end who put up 15, you're like, hell yeah, I would love that. But like you don't really want, like I don't know if Puka and Cooper Kupp really have the same 25-point game ceiling. They seem like they interchange when they do their thing, right? So it's kind of like one of those bets is right. Either Puka 1,500 yards, 8 touchdowns last season, and he just rolls in next year and he's the next Justin Jefferson. Unlikely is the move. Or it's just Cooper Kupp is not hurt this offseason and kind of swings back more towards the median of what he's been for the Rams. And that's the way I lean. So
yeah, I agree. 100% agree with you.
Okay, cool. Not crazy.
Yeah, no, it's just like the Puka, like the fact that he goes over Garrett Wilson on is part of my language is fucking insane.
Yeah, no,
I don't understand it. Look at who goes in the first round of these drafts. And no offense, Anthony, for you drafts Puka here. I mean, Garrett Wilson went before you, so you're vindicated there. But it's just
I think that's fine. Like I'm fine with making the bet there, just for clarification. Yeah.
It's just like you probably want your first round pick, you at least want them to be the guy in their offense. I don't think Puka is the guy in his offense. Like we just go down the board. Who's the guy in their offense? CMC, yes. Breece Hall, yes. Every single one of these players is the guy in their offense. Garrett Wilson is the guy in the receiving game. It's funny that the Jets are the only two teams.
But they're the only two they have. I can speak for the Jets.
Exactly.
They are literally the only two they have. The whole offense will run through those two.
Exactly. So it's just, I don't know. And Puka is a spike week guy, so it's weekly winners is a completely different story.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of like take the name away, take the team he's on, and you just simply look at rookie, 1,500 yards, 8 touchdowns. What's the sophomore season look like? It's like, okay, well, it must only be up from here. But that's not necessarily the case, man, because it might have been just a weird circumstantial year with Cup being injured the beginning of the year. And then Cup came back and he had a couple 100-yard games with touchdowns, and Puka didn't do much that week. So I'm a little concerned. I mean, Puka's first game, he had 17 targets, right? Like, because I don't know if he has another game where he has 17 targets.
Yeah, and just look at Cup. Like, okay, for first season, he really broke out. Number 1 overall wide receiver in fantasy, broke fantasy as a whole, like set all these records, whatever. Second year, gets hurt, but he was still the number 1 wide receiver in average points per game while he was on the field. Last year, he's dealing with injury kind of the entire season, and Puka's there, but whatever. But it's like, to say like Cooper Kupp can't be a first round pick next year, I think is insane. I think he can be, like, if he has a crazy good season. Like, if anything happens to Puka, Cooper Kupp literally like a top 3 wide receiver weekly, and if anything ever happens to Puka.
Absolutely.
So, just go.
And I like how we comboed up to Marcus Robinson and Cooper Kupp. I wish we had Stafford on this team for that, but that feels like a combo that can actually hit at the same time.
Feeling May here?
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of looking at our team. I saw the guy two picks before us had 4 quarterbacks. Some people have 3. Some people have 4 tight ends. I was like, I don't know what the strategy is here. I was also thinking, like, hopefully Ferguson can have a great year, because I do feel like elite tight end in this game is such a, like, difference maker, because Ferguson's good game is what, like 60 yards and a touchdown. But, like, if that same week Mark Andrews has, 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, like, it's such a big difference. So I'm wondering if elite tight end is even more valuable in this. Maybe not having 2 of them, but having 1 of them. I don't know. I really like our team, though. There's a lot of spike week potential.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. That was a blast. We are going to, so I'm going to be live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central with Seth Dewald and Matt Babbage, both halves of the Dynasty Roundtable. So they'll be coming on. We'll probably doing a Best Ball Mania, I would assume so, at 6 p.m. Central tomorrow, and then directly after that stream, like an hour after that stream, Best Ball or Super Stack Bros is we're doing a me versus BBG versus draft. I am Lucas. He is Samus. So that's going to be an absolute blast as well. Which, I mean, it's going to be the first ever stream on the Super Stack Bros. I keep saying Best Ball because it's your Best Ball guy.
Yeah, that's all good.
The Super Stack Bros YouTube channel. So if you're not subbed to that, the channel link for that channel is in the description. Make sure you go sub. We already have like 40, 50 subs. There's no content on the channel whatsoever.
Hey, well, okay. I don't want to oversell. I also don't want to undersell. Like, dude, Bindles has put in so much work behind the scenes as far as like this being more of an entertaining video than just watching 2 people draft a team. Like, it's gonna be a full-on battle with sound effects, with video effects, with all kinds of stuff. So I'm excited because I don't even really know what's gonna happen. Me and you are just gonna go head to head, and Bindles is gonna be on the 1s and 2s. Yeah. But no, thanks for having me on, Tyler. I appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. Make sure you go check out BBG's stream later tonight. What time are you going live?
I was gonna set it up after this we'll do 5:45 Pacific time.
Gotcha. So 7:45 Central.
After the Wolves game, baby. After the Wolves game. I'm going to happy hour right now. I'm gonna get a nice little buzz on. It's a Wednesday. I know, but I didn't take the job, so I got nothing to do tomorrow. Just kidding. That's a very degenerate thing to be out at the bar on a Wednesday. But
no, I'm gonna be out at the bar on a Wednesday too. That's fine.
That's true. Yeah, actually, I don't even know why. So I really don't give a fuck. I work hard every week. So
exactly. There we go. All right. Well, as we've been doing the past couple streams, to end the stream, we will end the stream with this again. 6 p.m. tomorrow. We're live, and then on my channel, and then we'll be live sometime. We don't have the exact time scheduled out for Super Stack Bros, but we will be live on that channel as well tomorrow night. You don't want to miss that stream. It's going to be absolutely just a spectacle. So don't miss it.
Do not miss that stream. I promise.
Yes. We'll see you tomorrow. T-Wolves.
Love you all. Go Wolves, baby.